Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Fall Convocation 2018. If the leadership would please take their seats. Good morning, my name is Steve Meyer. I am the Secretary of the Faculty and Staff. As I literally am here to serve you, thus the fashionable apron. This was actually a wedding present 35 years ago. Somebody gave us his and hers aprons. So I would like to also introduce the Sophist assistant, Holly Keener. Where's Holly? Over there. So she's got her. Yay! Yes. Definitely give her a hand. Together, Holly and I make up the Sophist office, and so if you need anything, any assistance with anything, we're here to serve you. So keep that in mind as the semester goes on. As Secretary of the Faculty and Staff, it's my pleasure to serve as your host and Master of Ceremonies this morning. So to everyone, let's start off with a hearty welcome as we begin our new academic year. Hopefully you had a chance to get away a little bit this summer, recharge your batteries. And now as we're all gathered back, hopefully we can look forward to renewing friendships and building some new relationships. Our program today has 4 elements to it. We will introduce new additions to our UW Green Bay community, to faculty and staff who have joined the university over the last year. Second, we will announce this year's recipients of the Founders Awards for Excellence. Third, we will celebrate our shared accomplishments for 2017-18. And last but not least, we will hear remarks from Chancellor Gary Miller. Before we do that, I'd like to start, as is customary, by recognizing our university leadership, along with some special guests. Our leadership is seated in the front row, so as I call your name, please stand. Are you listening? Please stand. Face the audience. Smile broadly. Okay. You can give the Queen's wave. You can blow kisses. You can give the Bronx cheer, whatever you want to do. So let's start with Chancellor Gary L. Miller. Chancellor Miller's lovely wife, Georgia. Provost Greg Davis. Susan Gallagher Lepak, who is the Dean of the College of Health, Education, and Social Welfare, also known as Cheese Whiz. I always like to throw that in. So, the Interim Dean of the Austin E. Cofrin School of Business, Matt Dornbush. The Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, John Caters. The Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Chuck Ryback. How much did you have to shell out for that? Yeah. Vice Chancellor for Business and Finance, Cheryl Van Groesven. Vice Chancellor for University Advancement, Tony Werner. Oh no, that's what my script says, so.
Is this a message, Chancellor? He's not on the list?
He is, he's out of order, or you're out of order. Eric, why don't you stand up? We'll let you stand up and be recognized. Eric Arneson, our Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs and Campus Climate. Charles Guthrie is our Director of Athletics. Our Executive Director of Marketing and University Communication, Janet Bonkowski. Is Ben here?
Ben's not here.
Ben's not here. But our Chief of Staff, Ben Junio. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we can give Ben a hand if you want to. So, just in case he watches the video of this, we want to make sure. We are delighted also to welcome individuals who represent the larger community and the various boards and organizations that contribute so much to this university. In particular, I'd like to acknowledge the Chancellor's Council of Trustees and Foundation Board of Directors. If you are here, can you please stand up? Representatives from the Council of Trustees. And the Alumni Association Board. Good. The Phoenix Fund Board. Thank you. Also, if we have any retired members from the UWGB community, if you would please rise. We thank you for all that you are doing and all you've done for the university. As many of you know, salsa making is a hobby of mine, and I got started on Sunday with the first batch. And as I'm making that first batch on Sunday, I got to thinking that salsa is very analogous to a university. Yeah, it is, really. The ingredients are like your fellow coworkers. Okay, you've got your tomatoes, which are the foundation of the salsa. You've got your onions and your peppers and your garlic, your vinegar and your spices. I actually have the recipe here if anybody wants it afterwards. I'll let you decide which ingredient you are, because I know there are some spicy personalities around here, so I didn't think I would point you out. Individually, the ingredients are just fine, but when you blend them all together, you get something really special. Okay? And this year, UWGB will take on a new special flavor, because this morning we are pleased to welcome and introduce a new cohort of faculty and staff members from the campuses of UW Marinette, UW Green Bay Marinette, UW Green Bay Manitowoc, and UW Green Bay Sheboygan. They are here to join us at UW Green Bay for our first official gathering as one unified university. With the addition of our 3 new branch campuses, approximately 120 faculty and staff members are joining UW Green Bay in the creation of a 4-campus university, supported by roughly 700 ongoing employees and serving more than 7,000 students. We are excited to have you as colleagues, and we are excited to get to know you in the year ahead as we work together to help UW Green Bay students at all 4 campuses to learn, do, and be more, and ultimately to soar. Would our newest colleagues from the branch campuses please stand? We really do look forward to working with all of you. At this time, we want to share a short video message that conveys our excitement and optimism about our new university. So, roll them. we really do have 4 beautiful campuses, but now 1 university. Okay? At this time, I'd like to call forward our leadership team to introduce our new colleagues. As they come forward, a point of order. To new faculty and staff joining the university, please stand when your name is announced and remain standing until your area leader has finished. Okay? That's for the new people. Okay? For the audience, you didn't do so well last year, okay, in following directions. Okay? Please hold your applause until all new faculty and staff are introduced by that particular area leader. Do I need to repeat that? No, okay. All right. I should also mention that the branch campuses faculty and staff who are now part of UW Green Bay are not included in these introductions. These individuals are well established and are already a part of our 4-campus university, but I do strongly encourage everybody to get together and introduce and make new acquaintances, new relationships following the end of Convocation. So we'll start off with Chancellor Miller.
Thank you, Sophus. Yeah, we don't know what that is either. I've been in this business about 30 years, and every year I encounter some kind of phenomenon in higher education I just can't understand. Chuck Ryback. I'm just not getting the Chuck Ryback phenomenon. So I have 3 people to introduce, so hold your applause to. And the first is our athletic director, Charles Guthrie. Charles, stand up. Charles has already made a huge impact here in this first year. We really appreciate his experience, and thank you for everything you're doing for our students and in this community. We're not supposed to give you a round of applause yet till you sit down. So I think the next one is Kinga Jacobson, who's here, who's executive director of our new Office of Institutional Strategy and Effectiveness. And she has done fantastic work so far in organizing our thinking around analytics, working with new consultants we have. Thank you for your effort. And Ben Junio is not here. He's the new chief of staff. He's working today and in Madison. And he is recently from the state legislature doing a great job for us. Please join me in welcoming these 3 colleagues to university. Thank you. And the other phenomenon I've never understood, even though I did it for a while, is provost. So let me introduce our provost, Greg Davis.
Morning, everybody, and welcome back. So good to see everybody and to be part of this larger, huge university that's up and down the coast with our new boats. So, no? Okay, too bad. I have more than 3 people to introduce this morning. It's closer to 3 pages, so this will take a little bit longer. We'll start with Cindy Bailey. There she is. Serving as the campus executive officer up in Marinette. And then we have Rachel Backick, who is the new campus executive officer in Manitowoc. Nancy Balaban, case associate in the Manitowoc area. Erica Block, University Service Program associate. Lynn Brandt, admissions advisor. Stephanie Cheeseman. Where is everybody today? There you are, okay. They're actually, you're trying to follow Steve's rules, but incorrectly. Assistant Director for International Recruitment is your role. Scott Joel. Is Scott here? He's Facilities Repair Worker in the Sheboygan campus. New Moa. You've been here for a couple weeks. Where do you go? IS Business Specialist in the Registrar's Office. Samantha Post, Admissions Advisor. Aubrey Schramm, the Assistant Director for Admissions and Regional Recruitment. Kelly Strickland, the Executive and Artistic Director of the Widener Center. Jennifer Strom, Admissions Advisor. Caitlin Struck, Admissions Advisor. Morgan Theobald, Enrollment Services Front Desk Advisor. Christina Thill, Advisor. Seems like we got a lot of advisors, which is good, because we need the advice. Anya Toledo, Study Abroad Coordinator. Jennifer Williamson Mendez, who will be the Campus Executive Officer in Sheboygan. And finally, Yi Yang, Admissions Advisor. Can you give all these folks a really warm welcome to UW Green Bay? And it's my pleasure to introduce Dean Susan Gallagher-Lepak.
Hello, welcome to a new academic year. I'm excited. I want to introduce 4 people that are new to the College of Health Education and Social Welfare. And firstly, you'll flip the slide, right? Firstly, we have, oh, I can't see it. I'm looking back here. Okay. Blair Beyer, Academic Department Associate for Nursing, Education, and Future Phoenix. Next, we have Liz Bartz, Trainer and Development Specialist for the Behavioral Health Training Partnership. Pardon? Next, we have Sheng Li Yang, a lecturer with social work. And finally, we have Stephanie Shedrow, Assistant Professor of Education. Please let's give them a warm round of applause. I'll turn it over now to Matt Dornbush, Interim Dean of the Cofrin School of Business.
Good morning, everyone. I wasn't sure if I was going to get a new slide or not. I guess I don't count. On behalf of the Austin E. Cofrin School of Business, I'd like to welcome Dr. Wei Zhao, Assistant Professor of Finance, to our college. So, welcome.
All right, I'm John Caters, Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. We're very proud of the engineering part of it, so a huge accomplishment. I would like to welcome 5 new folks into our college. First, Riaz Ahmed, over here. And so he's in mechanical engineering. Second, Golem Asan, also in the same corner, so he'll be joining us in computer science. Third, we have William Gear. Over here, so he will be our new director of our master's program in athletic training. Next, we've got Michael Holly, and Michael's over in the engineering computer science section, I see, so he will be joining us as an environmental engineer. And last but not least is Satara Khalili, and she will be joining us as a lecturer in human biology. So, welcome to all these great folks. Next up is the phenom, Chuck Ryback.
How you folks doing? All right? I brought some old-fashioned technology with me. I brought an index card. I know Chancellor Miller has a hard time understanding me. I do too, but you just need to follow my YouTube channel where I narrate Minecraft videos all day long. That will give you an insight into what I'm all about. I've been told to stay on script. As you can tell, I'm doing that. So I thought I'd start by reading the first 50 pages of the Odyssey in the original Greek, followed by a few translations in English, and then we could all get a sense of this journey that we're about to go on. And I used to work for the colleges, and this is a really great day in a lot of ways, in that a lot of people who were colleagues of mine that then became old colleagues are now new colleagues again, and I really appreciate that. It feels good in a lot of ways. I do have some folks to introduce in our area here, and Kea Brand is the first. I've not met Kea. Hi, you signed your contract like 5 minutes ago, so thanks for making it. All right. I was wondering who you were, so it's really nice to meet you. And Kea will be an ADA over in Human Development and Psychology. Next we have Alan Chu, who's going to be coming to us from North Texas, right? In psychology, but sports psychology, performance psychology, and he's also very interested in tabletop tennis. And so if anybody wants to dust off the paddles and the tables, you know where to find him. Next we have Lori Kornowski, who's been here most through last year, but was not introduced last year. She's the ADA over in DJS, or Democracy and Justice Studies. Next, we have Carrie Kenzie. Carrie, notably, she's joining us in public and environmental affairs, does work in nonprofits, and is also a graduate of our institution. And one of the great things about this place is not only do we send great people out into the world, we send them out into the world, and sometimes they even come back, which happens frequently. And lastly, we have Dinesh Yadav. Dinesh is not here. He's coming to us from India. He'll be here on Saturday, so it's not like we're cutting it close or anything. But he's going to be doing really great things. He is in theater and theater technology, and so we're expecting a lot of moving parts and smoke machines this year over in the Widener Center. If you could, a round of applause for all these new folks would be great. Eric Arneson, I know who you are, so welcome.
Always fun following Chuck. All right. Well, welcome on behalf of the Division of Student Affairs and Campus Climate. We're delighted that you're here. We introduce our new team. Stacy Jo Bauman is our Assistant Building Manager for the Union. Please stand up. Okay. Michelle Gauger is a new counselor for us. Claudia Guzman is your Director of Student Life. Ethan Harvey is our first ever outdoor recreation coordinator, going to create a new program for us in outdoor recreation. Alexandra Reichenberger is our new fitness coordinator. And Rosa Serrano is new and promoted in multi-ethnic student affairs. So this is your new Division of Student Affairs and Campus Climate team, here to serve our students and help you with that as well. Welcome. Vice Chancellor Van Grunsven.
All right, thank you. Representing the Business and Finance Division, I want to introduce the new staff who have joined us this past year. Todd Kiro, Facilities Repair Worker and Facilities Management. There's Todd. Leah Dubois, Custodian, Second Shift in Operations. Leah's here. Tyler Eichman, a Custodian in Facilities Management as well. Peter Follish, Automotive Equipment and Technician Senior. There's Peter. Megan Noltner, a Human Resources Specialist in Human Resources. Megan's here. Jason Philibeck, a groundskeeper in Facilities and Grounds. And Joseph Schmidt, a Facilities Maintenance Specialist. Tracy Tilleman, Student Billing Specialist in the Bursar's office. Tracy's here. And that will conclude the new employees in Business and Finance. So I'd like to introduce Charles Guthrie, Director of Athletics.
All right. So I'm here to introduce new employees, and I'm fairly new as well, so it's pretty exciting. But as part of athletics, you know, it's about recruiting coaches and staff as well, so it's not just about recruiting student athletes. So we've done a great job. The university, led by the chancellor's great dynamic vision for the entire campus, I think we've recruited some outstanding folks here. So first up is Edward Gillie. Please stand. He's the swimming and diving assistant coach. And Edward, okay, next up. Cameo Jastro. So if you've ever been to the Rest Center and watched all these videos going on and some of the video technology we've done in our department, Cameo, that's her area. Cameo, please stand up. Next up, Elizabeth Murray, assistant softball coach. And Elizabeth is a dynamic coach, the pitching coach. So if we're walking a lot of batters, you can find Elizabeth in next season. She's doing a great job. Next up is Brian Nelson. He's actually our first full-time men's and women's head tennis coach. So we've had few part-time coaches in the department, and we've finally been able to get a full-time tennis coach for both programs. So we're excited about that. As you know, having a full-time person around the student athletes is great mentorship. So welcome, Brian. Next up is Nellie Schaefer. You probably all remember Nellie. She is a graduate of UW Green Bay, and she will be the director of women's basketball, that powerful team we have down there at the Crest. All right. And next up is Jody Schleiss. Jody came over from St. Norbert's after 20 plus years at St. Norbert's as their CFO, and she's done a tremendous job already in her time here at Green Bay Athletics. Welcome, Jody. And then Corey Schroeder. He's actually the assistant women's volleyball coach, and he's an engineer, so we're really excited to have him here on board. Welcome. And also Abby Sutherland, our head women's volleyball coach, a dynamic coach, very exciting. If you follow the women's volleyball team on Twitter, you can see them doing a lot of exciting activities from water rafting, et cetera. So good luck at TCU coming up, right? All right, and that's all I have for athletics. Next up is Janet.
Good morning. On behalf of this train of introductions, Marketing and University Communication represents the caboose. So we are almost finished. I am thrilled on behalf of the department to welcome one new individual to our team. Her name is, not that. We are so thrilled to welcome Bridget Smith. Bridget, right there. She's a graphic designer. She's joining us from the Sheboygan campus, and interestingly enough, she's going to remain on that campus, and we're exploring just new ways of working together as we go through this campus restructuring together. So we're going to have department representation to the south. We couldn't be more thrilled or happy to have a seasoned person like Bridget, who's been with the colleges for 14 years? Almost 18 years, join us. Please extend a warm UW Green Bay welcome to Bridget Smith. I give you back Steve Meyer, whether you like it or not.
Boy, don't give them that option. All right, so we move on to the second portion of our program, the introduction of the Founders Awards recipients. In 1973, the UW Green Bay Founders Association was established to build campus community relationships and encourage philanthropic support for a young university. One of the first initiatives of the founders was to establish the Awards for Excellence program. The awards were created to honor the outstanding work of UW Green Bay faculty and staff members based on a cumulative record of sustained excellence rather than a single noteworthy achievement. While the Founders Association as an organization fulfilled its purpose and is disbanded, the mission lives on in the work of the Council of Trustees, the UW Green Bay Foundation, and other groups. The Awards for Excellence program continues under the Founders Association name as we recall those who came before and established this tradition. Here to announce this year's honorees is Kate Burns, a member of the Awards and Recognition Committee. Kate?
Thanks, Steve. The 2018 recipient of the Founders Award for University Staff Excellence has a tremendous impact on the entire university, though most people don't know because it all happens behind the scenes. Our honoree is noted for a willingness to step up to take on new challenges while being fully aware of the increased workload. Our honoree's positive and friendly attitude has been cited by many as contagious. One colleague described this person as working tirelessly, day in and day out, to make all of our technology work, which allows all of us to work, no matter the time of day or night. Our honorees' responsibilities often require giving up holidays, weekends, and evenings when there is a problem, and it has done so without complaint. Some recent notable accomplishments in the past 16 years include the development of a remote lab for students, remote desktop for faculty and staff, and serving as a project lead for the implementation of OneDrive and SharePoint. Her work is behind the scenes and often thankless, but as a system administrator, the campus community is ensured that they can do their work with the most minimal inconvenience and maximum efficiency. In addition, our honoree has a long-standing history as an active member of shared governance, even before university staff had an official role. She has served on the University Staff Committee, the University Planning and Innovation Committee, the Strategic Budgeting Committee, and the Holiday Parade Float Committee. This year's recipient of the Founders University Staff Award for Excellence is Monica Pinecker. This year's recipient of the Academic Support Award for Excellence is described as a true ambassador for UW Green Bay in all areas, from recruitment to admissions to graduation, even personally meeting with students at commencement. Working with admissions, the registrar's office, financial aid, the Office of International Education, and numerous academic programs, our honoree consistently builds partnerships across campus. Nothing trumps the needs of a student in our honoree's mind, to the degree that her supervisor jokes that she has an unhealthy obsession with punctual service. No matter the workload, this candidate always wears a smile, projects a positive attitude, and creates a workplace environment in which you want to belong. Many nominators commented on our honoree's work ethic, always the first in the office in the morning and commonly the last to leave. Our honoree is a complete enrollment service department unto herself. With 18 years of service to UW Green Bay, our honoree's most significant impact has been in the Office of Graduate Studies. When our recipient began in the office, UWGB admitted roughly 30 new graduate students per semester into only 4 programs. Today, our enrollment has increased 5-fold with 9 programs and counting, and staffing has not expanded. One letter writer noted that in terms of graduate studies at UW Green Bay, the best thing the university has done by far is to hire this person. I am honored to announce that this year's Academic Support Award for Excellence is awarded to Mary Velichka. The recipient honored today for the University Award for Excellence in Community Outreach improves lives through action. Our honorees' efforts to create a healthy community are tireless, stellar, and professional. This year's honoree is highly regarded as an educator by colleagues, students, and the community. A passion for community outreach and service is demonstrated by courses taught and research pursued. Perhaps the words of some of our local community members best convey this recipient's impact on improving lives within our community. One letter writer states, "The recipient's expertise in evidence-based outcome measures and survey techniques are instrumental in the many coalitions, advisory groups, and committees served." Another writes, "This person's dedication to the community and the sharing of skills and leadership qualities with our community organizations fulfills the spirit of the qualities sought by the founders for this award." And another nominator writes, the honoree's record of community service is extensive, cumulative, and sustained. Students, colleagues, and community members are more humane and optimistic people as a result of knowing her. This year's honoree has served on a local school board, is involved with the Brown County United Way, Northeast Wisconsin Area Health Education Center, and is on the board of directors for Bellin Health. Her work profoundly impacts both the emotional and physical health of children and families throughout Northeast Wisconsin. Hers is a sincere desire to help our most vulnerable community members. Our honoree received the prestigious Brown County United Way Community Impact Award in 2018 for her leadership and innovation to address priority human services needs on a community-wide scale. A faculty member in the nursing program at UW Green Bay since 1998, I am pleased to announce that this year's recipient of the University Award for Excellence in Community Outreach is Christine Vandenhouten. The team we honor today with the University Award for Excellence in Collaborative Achievement works with genuine commitment towards social justice and celebrating diversity. It takes months of planning with members from for-profit, not-for-profit, and education organizations to create an event that unites and serves the entire Northeast Wisconsin community. Their work and commitment speak to the very heart of the UW Green Bay mission. It is interdisciplinary, educational, multicultural, and promotes engaged citizenship. Months of work and planning with various organizations and the K-12 area schools are required to choreograph this amazing event at NWTC, which is now in its 24th year. Said one nominee, their vision is as critical in the U.S. today as it was in the past, as we continue to face disparity, oppression, and violence at all levels. Their efforts to bring together community members in a shared vision of peace is exemplary. This year's winner for the Founders Award for Excellence in Collaborative Achievement is the project team for the MLK Jr. Celebration Day, and it's UW Green Bay committee members Francis Acapo, Gaurav Bansal, Milo Lee, Jolanda Salman, and Musi Texleon.
Great. Let's get them all up here. Yeah. Hey, Rob, I haven't seen you. Thank you. Somebody has to take this.
I'm going to take it. Thank you.
Our next award honors an individual whose service towards institutional development spans the entire spectrum, from the department level to university-wide contributions. Nominators wrote, there are few people on this campus who have contributed to the development of our university in as many and varied ways, whether it be in teaching, leadership through program and curricular development, service to shared governance, support of students, or mentoring new faculty. The awardee's ability to encourage and motivate others is evidenced by the number of colleagues who volunteered to write support letters for this award. Intelligent, tireless, selfless, driven, efficient, resilient, collaborative, tenacious, dedicated, organized, generous, and thoughtful are only some of the accolades expressed throughout nominator letters. It was even mentioned that the awardee considers colleagues to be family and is seriously interested in our well-being. One colleague stated, "I have always felt fortunate to have a direct supervisor who is supportive of our work and maintains excellent relations among colleges and other departments." Another wrote, "Our honorees' efforts and leadership are a gift to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay." Our awardee is quoted as saying, "My primary job is to facilitate success. That may be the success of students, the success of junior faculty, or the success of the programs for which I am responsible." At a university which most recently is placing intense focus on the growth and expansion of engineering and engineering technology, our honoree has worked tirelessly with our technical college counterparts to reach articulation agreements with partner institutions and has done extensive training, which led to the accreditation of the engineering technology program. At the same time, she was initiating a community-level advisory board that includes participation from more than 50 companies, many of which are now UW Green Bay contributors and supporters of student internships. I am proud to announce the recipient of the Award for Excellence in Institutional Development goes to the chair of our successful engineering technology program, Patricia Terry. This year's recipient of the Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching is dedicated to student success. A commitment to the cultivation of learning, engagement, and equity is evident through our honorees' continual reimagination and revision of courses to improve student outcomes and incorporate evidence-based pedagogy as well as timely topics. Students note course rigor, but also the clarity of expectations and readily available support and guidance. They routinely dive into topics, taking on the role of scholars as they explore learning materials together using hands-on, discipline-based research techniques. This year's recipient is known for not only being able to pull off the sometimes dreaded group assignment, but being a go-to resource for others who are searching for ways to improve their own group activities. Our honorees' dedication to teaching continues outside of the classroom. You may have seen our honoree participating in regional initiatives and activities like OPID, Wisconsin Teaching Fellows and Scholars, the Civic Engagement Institute, Faculty College, and retention and undergraduate research events. Or perhaps coordinating and leading campus initiatives and events like the Equity Gap Fellows Program, Becoming a Student-Ready University, Teaching and Learning Community Fellows, numerous book clubs, or the annual Instructional Development Institute. The list goes on, but before we feel like we've become part of history, I'd like to announce this year's winner for the Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching, Caroline Boswell. The recipient of the Faculty Award for Excellence in Scholarship is a creative and productive scholar who has published more than 60 peer-reviewed articles, being first author on 52 of them. Our honoree has presented to scholarly audiences across the U.S. as well as internationally. Our honoree has received numerous Research Council grants in aid of research, 2 UW Green Bay Research Scholar Awards, and an NIMH grant for over $90,000. Intertwining research, teaching, and service, our recipient actively incorporates undergraduate students into the research agenda and helps mentor them on their own research interests. Possessing a gift for clearly synthesizing complicated conceptual areas allows our recipient to bridge the gap separating researchers and practitioners. In fact, the nominee's research audience spans across educators, counselors, social workers, and many others in various helping professions. One letter of support remarked on the recipient's work as approachable, meaningful, and useful, and that today's nominee only engages in work that will make a difference. Our honoree is an expert in death, dying, and bereavement. Her recent book was described as the staple publication for online grief research. She often writes practitioner-oriented articles that provide immediate guidance to those working on the front lines of grief and bereavement practice. In fact, her research led our campus to be the first university to adopt an official student bereavement policy. She previously served as the president of the National Association for Death Education and Counseling and has chaired the Institutional Review Board for the past 4 years, demonstrating her commitment to research on campus. And of course, one of her crowning achievements is Camp Lloyd, a day camp for children who are grieving the death of a loved one, which has not only served as a sanctuary for hundreds of hurting kids through the years, but also a training ground for many UW Green Bay undergraduates who will end up working in fields of human development, psychology, and social work. I am lucky enough to have her as a colleague in my unit, who yesterday we convinced to come to Convocation even though she's on sabbatical right now. The recipient of the 2018 Founders Award for Faculty Excellence and Scholarship is Eileen Cupid. Congratulations. I know it is.
Whew. I have to admit, I get a little verklempt when we get to that segment. Kate, thank you. Great job. Thank you to the entire Awards and Recognition Committee for their work on selecting this year's recipients. I know it's a difficult job because there's so many deserving people. But the recipients today, way to go. Proud of you. Proud to call you colleagues. All right. With that, on to the Chancellor. I'm pleased to call forward for his annual Chancellor's remarks, capping the program, Gary L. Miller, Chancellor of the larger UW Green Bay.
Thank you. So last year, a very, very small group of individuals suggested that maybe my comments could have been a little shorter, and that there might be a technology solution to that. So we're trying a new approach this year. They suggested, well, what about a video? And I said, fine. You can do that before my lengthy comments. And then they said, well, what about a video and shorter comments? I said, well, we can do that, or we can ask Ryback to read the Odyssey for us, whichever one is true, right? But I do want to introduce this video, which I hope will be a sampling of the kind of accomplishments that this great university enjoys every year. And of course, we can't mention everybody, but I think it portrays the spirit of the innovation and creative spirit here, I want to thank Janet Binkowski and her group put this together. I didn't know until the other day they have a drone. It's apparently a really cool drone, and so I'm been told I can learn to fly the drone. So if you will enjoy this video, and then I'll just have some brief comments at the end. Thank you. Every year on a university campus is unique and distinct. Each year brings with it transformation of our students, of our campus, and of course of ourselves. 2017-18 was no exception. The Higher Learning Commission report, new engineering school, 3 new campuses, and the arrival of some Vikings. All of you played a role in the collective success of the university this last year. The list of accomplishments is worthy of reflection. It provides a foundation from which we can launch the new year before us. And it reminds us that as challenging as things seem during the course of the year, when we look back, we can see clearly how much we accomplished together. In the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, congratulations to our exceptional history faculty on the UW Board of Regents Teaching Award. Efforts to bring the Viking House to campus. Let's don't tell the Packers. Packed houses and standing room only crowds were the norm for theater and music performances last year, including Metropolis and Legally Blonde, both named top local shows. The Sheepshead Review was recognized as one of the finest undergraduate-produced literature and arts journals in the country. And faculty, students, and alumni helped power the second annual Untitled Town Book and Author Festival, expanding Green Bay and the region's reputation as a place of cultural enrichment. And speaking of places, the College of Health, Education, and Social Welfare opened a new Student Skills Learning Lab at Marianne Cofrin Hall, complete with observation windows and audio-video technology for recording simulations, role plays, and presentations. The lab provides valuable feedback that allows education, nursing, and social work students to analyze and refine their real-world skills. The college also celebrated 2 major milestones: a 10-year continuing ed partnership with the Plymouth School District to deliver our education master's degree program, and the 15th anniversary of the Future Phoenix program, providing hope through higher education to the kids who need it most in our community. In February, we joined forces to crash the crest, and we did just that. Under the umbrella of the UW Green Bay Foundation, university partners led by Alumni Relations and Athletics delivered a homecoming-style event for more than 2,000 alumni and friends and 1,500 students who attended the first ever men's Horizon League basketball game at the Crest Center. The foundation also distributed more than $800,000 in student scholarships in 2017-18 and successfully raised $10.5 million for the new STEM Innovation Center and the new engineering programs on campus. Once it got the green light from the Board of Regents in February, the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology moved quickly to launch a mechanical engineering degree for our students this fall, and with the university, announced 6-figure gifts by philanthropist Richard Resch and the Wisconsin Public Service Foundation. The funds will expand engineering and support the new STEM Innovation Center on campus. On the medical front, regional partner Medical College of Wisconsin celebrated its first graduating class, including UW Green Bay graduate Julia Sharif, who hopes to return to the region upon completion of her residency to help fill the physician shortage. And that's partnership in action. The Cofrin School of Business continued to drive partnership and entrepreneurship in big ways last year. 2 noteworthy businesses in the area were recognized with the Weinberg Prize for Business Excellence. The school entered into transfer agreements with regional technical colleges to provide a clear path to business administration degrees. The Small Business Development Center advised 292 clients in 12 counties, resulting in 26 business startups and more than $16 million in capital infusion into our economy. And innovation skyrocketed with a number of entrepreneurial-focused community partnerships, including G-Beta and Microsoft, and mentoring student entrepreneurs to national recognition. Manitowoc Minute's Charlie Behrens delivered his comedic shtick to a sold-out audience at the Widener Center, thanks to a timely booking by Good Times Programming. Let's keep her moving. Also in student affairs, Mesa had a successful name change and relocation. Resident assistants sponsored 220 programs totaling more than 11,000 attendees. Phoenix Cares, a new one-stop website with resources for dealing with student crises, was created. And the Career Closet, providing free professional clothing for students attending job interviews, opened its doors. Marketing and University Communications took it to the wall, literally, when it partnered with Student Affairs to create an engaging student experience for those traveling the concourse between Student Services and the Cofrin Library, while inspiring hundreds to try their Phoenix wings on for size. The team also spearheaded two major enrollment initiatives when it partnered with UW Green Bay Admissions for College Draft Day at Lambeau Field and the Spring Finish as a Phoenix campaign. Our laser focus on student enrollment continued to generate results last year as admissions brought in the largest freshman class in 5 years, including a more diverse student enrollment and more graduate students. UW Green Bay surpassed the 7,000 mark for enrollment for the second consecutive year and reported an official head count that was up 128 students from the prior year. Social media, class presentations, campus visits, Future Phoenix, Turbocharge, and proud alumni, community, faculty, and staff contributed to this enrollment growth. Graduate Studies is also growing with another record year of applications received, students admitted, and graduate students enrolled. An unparalleled 108 graduate degrees were granted, and more than 80 students participated in May commencement. Demand for our doctorate and First Nations education exceeded our goal, accepting an inaugural class of 21 students to begin this fall. Online programs remain strong, and both applications and admissions for all of our face-to-face programs increased. The Office of Continuing Education and Community Engagement celebrated a 40-year anniversary of the Clerks and Treasurers Institute, a well-oiled machine that prepares the majority of county clerks and treasurers throughout Wisconsin for their roles. The team is leading Wisconsin's cyber learning efforts with the state's first cyber student camps last summer and a cyber camp for teachers in 2018, and is making a real dent in student debt. The college credit and high school program realized a record enrollment of 1,500 students with 40 Wisconsin high school partners. The impact of this program is mind-boggling. In 2017-18, it saved high school students more than $1 million in college tuition. Speaking of mind-boggling, it was a banner year for Green Bay athletics with both men's soccer and women's basketball winning conference titles. Student athletes maintaining their 37th straight semester above a 3.0 grade point average, and 99 student athletes making their Horizon League Fall Academic Honor Roll. And after years of planning, we are days away from the grand opening of the new $4.9 million Crest Family Outdoor Recreation Complex, a victory for our students, student athletes, and community members. Go Phoenix! The milestone celebrations kept rolling as the Widener Center celebrated the launch of its 25th season. The spectacular campus and community resource hosted 15,000 elementary and middle schoolers last season, making a lasting performing arts impact as students were exposed to the magic of the live stage for music and theater. The team expanded its reach with the new Bird in the Wings podcast and continues to captivate campus and community with its updated interpretation of culture and the arts. The Cofrin Library showed us last year how hard work, fresh paint, fun, and some funky furniture and modern student amenities can transform a space. The team is basking in the glow of its new Library Commons and Learning Center, formerly called the Tutoring Services, where student appointments jumped 75% last year. The University Archives and Area Research Center continues to be a community go-to and was recognized this year with the Governor's Award for Innovation. The university's business and finance team played a key role in the aforementioned refurbished and renovated Library Commons. The grounds crew worked day and night to plow us out of 26 inches of snow dumped on us by the snowstorm Evelyn in mid-April. Our public safety officers, along with IT personnel, cracked a national book theft ring, which had gone untouched on many UW campuses. The case recently gained an indictment to move to trial, with congratulations in order for our own CSI Green Bay. From the Office of the Provost, the Gateways to Phoenix Success, or GPS program, guided 234 students, 70% from underrepresented backgrounds, to successful completion of their first year in college in 2017, and supported 1,372 students as their dreams to earn a college degree were realized. In year one of a 2-year commitment, the office hosted an incredibly successful system-wide undergraduate research symposium. And of course, with campus-wide support, UW Green Bay received accreditation from the Higher Learning Commission for the next 10 years. I'm very excited to note that our university's accomplishments extend well beyond the borders of Brown County, as we're now a 4-campus university. The Manitowoc campus completed a $7 million renovation project in March, which included moving and updating the library, creating a new science commons, and updating art studios, science labs, and classrooms. The campus once again hosted popular statewide events, including Really Big Prints 3.0, the Cool City Car Cruise, and the Scenic Shore 150 Bike Tour. To the north, the Marinette campus continues to be a magnet for international students. The Marinette International program is once again a leading force for the university, with a near-record number of students, 48, in both credit, degree-seeking courses and in the intensive English program. The program includes students from China, South Korea, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Russia, France, Iran, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Japan. This program has been a staple of the Marinette campus and community since 1988. And to the south, at the Sheboygan campus, the University Theater led 4 black box plays in collaboration with students and community members. The campus continued its popular Distinguished Lecture Series to the community, featuring faculty members discussing a variety of interesting topics. And students in the astronomy and engineering clubs launched their engineered rockets at the Bong State Recreational Area in Kenosha as part of the Wisconsin Space Grant Consortium's Collegiate Rocket Competition. I want to officially welcome our colleagues and partners from Manitowoc, Marinette, and Sheboygan to UW Green Bay. Our work since October of last year to come together as one university is one of our greatest accomplishments of the year. We're excited to work with you, to learn from you, and to soar with you as we reinvent higher education in this region together. We are truly embarking on something unique and unprecedented. Our students and our communities are counting on us to be successful. I have no doubt we will be. So we had another remarkable year, and I want to congratulate all of you in the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. It continues to be a great honor for me to serve this university and its faculty with such commitment to students, to the community, to the greater good, and a group with such energy and creativity to make good things happen all the time. Congratulations to all of you. Just what just a fantastic year. Yes, give yourself a round of applause. So I'm joined here this morning with my wife, Georgia. She and I are beginning our 5th year. I'm deeply grateful to her for her love of this community and this university. Many of you may not know that Georgia holds degrees in biology and literature, and but also holds an official appointment with the University of Wisconsin. And last year, that really paid off for us in an enormous amount of work that she did for us as we worked in this community to gain support for our engineering programs and move toward our $13 million goal, which we expect to meet this year to support all of those programs. And I just want to thank you for your work in that regard this year. So every year I have an annual review with the president, and we sit down and talk about the year, and he always asks me a question: what do you want me to tell the Board of Regents this year when I go in and talk about your performance, which he, I think, is doing this week. And I usually have a standard set of questions: $10 million to the base, faculty pay raises, and that, which we all ask for. But one of the things I ask him to say to the Board of Regents this year, and I know he will, is that they need to understand that this is an exceptional place. We have here a group of faculty and staff, a senior leadership team that really is unmatched in Wisconsin and out in really the country. What we're doing here, basically on our own, with a lot of ingenuity and great commitment to our students in this community, is of great benefit to Wisconsin, but it's also something unique. And I hope that you're proud of that, because he certainly is, I certainly am, and I think the board would agree that we've had not only a great year, but a great run in making this university the very best university in the system. We're well on our way to do that. There is no university really without community support. This is probably more true in Green Bay than anywhere in Wisconsin. We've clearly demonstrated that in the time that we've been here. I want to single out one group that has helped us, a group that's been in existence for over 20 years, the UW Green Bay Council of Trustees. The chair of that council, Lou Lacalzi, is not with us today because of a family issue. He was planning to be here, but we do have one new member. Betsy Mitchell's over here. Betsy, stand up and let us at least thank you for that. Yeah. This is a group of about 32 individuals. They include some of the most influential people in this region, and I think if you know Betsy, and I'm sure many people in this community know you, you'll understand the kind of support we get and the quality of people we get. They've been enormously helpful to us in everything we've done, from moving engineering forward to all of our other academic programs moving forward. We have 2 academic programs in front of the Board of Regents tomorrow. A new Impact MBA and an expansion of nursing. Those programs got to the Board of Regents with a lot of community support, and we hope that'll make it an easy route. I want to just take just a few minutes as we close out here to look ahead for a minute. This is really already a historic moment in the relatively short life of this university, 53 years. On July 2nd, the university joined with our sister campuses at Marinette, Manitowoc, and Sheboygan, and many members of the faculty and staff of those campuses are with us. They're now members of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, and I think it really is appropriate to have them stand up again and be welcomed by your UW Green Bay colleagues. Please, if you're from one of our sister campuses, so we're now a campus that has a university has 4 vibrant campuses. Our footprint includes about 16 counties in Wisconsin, 3 major manufacturing hubs, some of the largest family-owned businesses in the world, one of the largest and most innovative healthcare sectors in the country, certainly, and in the world, a rich corridor of art and music from the very north down to almost Milwaukee. Taken together, we intersect more legislative districts than any comprehensive any university in the state. And our region includes some of the finest recreation areas, some of the places people want to be all year round. We're internationally branded because of our relationship, because of the Green Bay Packers. We operate facilities on real estate along 500 miles of the globe's biggest freshwater ecosystem, and we're already getting a lot of traction on that one. And the urban-rural continuum that we operate in, it exemplifies virtually every type of human ecosystem interaction, social dynamic, economic challenge, or educational imperative. Along with the 2 technical colleges in this region, we are higher education in the biggest segment of Wisconsin that has a university. And this is a very, very important and vast opportunity space for us. The chance for us to extend access to higher education, to promulgate beauty through art, music, and literature, to embrace the democracy, to create talent and knowledge, to nurture a sustaining economy and solve real problems has never been bigger for us. This opportunity is larger and more significant than virtually any I've seen in the country in higher education. We are at another historic moment. we need to seize that moment this year as we move forward. And I would just like to say that in the way we shape this new university, the 4 campuses and our communities in those campuses, the way we seize this opportunity really is going to set the trajectory for this university for the future, but also for this region of Wisconsin, which, as many of you know, is a vibrant region, in some counties getting younger, and an area that also has quite a few challenges. So the aspirations of our community demand us to be visionary, and we are, and the aspirations are very clear. This year, later, starting in a couple weeks, we will go through a process to redefine the select mission of this university to a more research-oriented university, a university whose operating paradigm fundamentally turns on innovation, public-private partnerships, transformative initiatives, and place-centered thinking that embraces the vitality of this large region and the great variation in it. This is a historic step. It's a step being encouraged from both inside the university and outside the university. We began this process last spring. You received a message from me yesterday to reinitiate this process, and we'll take it up again this fall, hoping to gain Border Region's approval for the new mission in the university in the spring of 2019. I really urge you to get involved in this. We had some great discussions, some great private, public discussions last year about this. We revised our original thinking about the mission, and you're looking at a new one. I know the Faculty Senate and the shared governance apparatus has gotten on board with a schedule for this, and we'll work through it with our community partners as we go forward. But this is really a historic opportunity, one that's akin to the founding of this university, and we have an opportunity with our new colleagues and throughout this big region to meet that this year. So Georgia and I are, as I said, beginning our 5th year, and we're excited, very excited to be here and to work with you. It's a great honor for us to be with you. We hope that during the year we'll be able to work with each of you to meet as many students as we can, to understand your ideas for this university, and to do what we can to make those come true. We wish you a great year. We thank you for your work, and go Phoenix.
So that concludes our convocation for 2018. A couple of housekeeping things. Dan, you wanted the Founders Awards recipients to meet out this way. And the ice cream social, which starts in 13 minutes in the Cloud Commons right here. So have a great year, everybody. Have a great year. We're looking forward to. And hopefully our colleagues from the colleges stick around. We want to get to know you better. So hopefully you're around for a little bit yet. So.